for the Portland Trailblazers, who win for the fifth straight game. Let's hear from Dame Lillard afterwards.
So, Dame, you guys have now won 5 in a row, 9 of your last 10. What do you think is the biggest reason why you guys are one of the hottest teams in the NBA right now?
I think we've defended much better. You know, our communication, our attention to detail, and our scouting report, being able to sustain a certain level of focus on the defensive end and not allowing, some of the struggles that we might have throughout the course of the game on the offensive end to affect us on the defensive end. You know, I think we've been much more committed down there. And it shows in those 9 out of 10 wins. Even the one that we didn't win, I thought we still had a pretty solid defensive game. But I think that's been the biggest thing. And also, I feel like it's a reward for us staying together and staying sharp and focused when we was having our tough times. Instead of going our separate ways and pointing the finger and packing it in, we stayed together. We stayed huddled up. And we trusted the fact that we would get through that rough stretch. And I feel like that was an investment towards what's happening for us right now. We just got to continue it.
We just touched on that exact point prior to getting off the air, that this great stretch was preceded by a very difficult stretch. You mentioned the defense. What influence does the return of Nurkic have on you defensively? I know it's been a commitment across the board, but him in particular, what does he give you on that end?
Just the versatility, in our coverages. I think when you have a guy like Nurk out there who's so big and could be that type of paint presence, a shot blocker, he has great hands on people getting into the paint, contesting shots, us being able to finish possessions with rebounds, but also us not always having to play a conservative style. We're able to blitz with him because he's big in the paint, but he's light on his feet. He moves really well, so we can get out and show with him. We can get out and blitz. We could change up coverages. We can switch 1 through 5. Like tonight, we were switching a lot of things with him, and it's not like we're doing it to a fault. It's not hurting us. And him being that versatile on that end of the floor has really helped us.
How much, because now you have the 4-team play-in tournament, Damian, how much more of a sense of urgency do you think there is, not just with your team, but around the league, to be sharp here at the end of the regular season and make sure you avoid that?
I mean, it's much higher. I think it's obvious. And I don't think, we professionals, we all, super confident athletes. So at the end of the day, if that's what it is for any team, I think that's just what it is. I don't think anybody's going into it with any fear of being in a playing game, but you don't want to if you don't have to. So I think that's what everybody's kind of shooting at. It's different because now the playoffs is basically 1 through 6 and not 1 through 8. So it's kind of force teams who might be dropping off at the end of the year and sitting guys and resting guys. Now they got action to, maybe jump in there as an 8 seed and make some shake in the playoffs. So, guys got to stay sharp because they're not running into teams that's just, packing it in with 2 games left or 1 game left.
All right, Dame. Always appreciate the time. Thanks.
Okay, appreciate it.
Thank you, Dame.
Gotta love the honesty from Damian Lillard there. Take a look. Due to tiebreakers, the Blazers not only avoiding the play-in, but as of now, and again, things could change between now and Sunday, Portland has moved up to that 5 spot ahead of the Mavericks.
Yeah, they've been playing, I live in Portland, so for me, I've been watching them pretty closely, and the defense has gotten so much better the more aggressive Nurk has gotten. And he came off that injury midway through the season. He's such a big, integral part of this team, what he is on the offensive end. And I've said this, I think he's their best passer. They run the offense through him. And defensively, Enes Kanter is great at rebounding, but he's not very good in screen and roll, so you can only use 1 or 2 coverages. With Nurk, he could switch out on most guards for a second. So this is going to be pretty interesting. I don't think the Nuggets are a good matchup, though. So if they can avoid the Nuggets and Jokic, I don't know if I necessarily dig that.
And again, if the Lakers lose tonight, the Blazers will get a little X next to their name as clinching tonight.
Awesome.
Yeah. We're back with much more, including what the Wizards and Hawks did as Atlanta clinches a spot.
Everyone's healthy. Nurkic has got his feet, his balance. Lillard isn't banged up. You've got Norman Powell and everybody learning how to play together. What could this team do against an elite team in the NBA? Well, it doesn't get any more elite than the Utah Jazz, the first team in the NBA up to 50 wins this season. Now it's time for the BioFreeze Performance Review with Brooke, who's standing by with CJ McCollum.
CJ, after a slow start, you guys took the lead in the second quarter and never looked back. What went into this huge win tonight?
I just credit our team. We fought back. We had a super slow start, missed a lot of easy shots. They got on the ring in transition, but we understood the importance of this game, so we locked in, executed on offense. Guys made some tough shots. Guys had some great screens, and we were able to run away with a win.
Did you ever think your first three of a game would come from Enes Kanter?
No, if I was a betting man, I would have never bet that. But Enes can shoot. He shot a lot of threes early in his career in OKC. He just prefers to bang down low, but he showed he got a great touch out there.
And you scored in a number of ways, as you always do. What were you seeing from Utah's defense?
Well, thank you. I just tried to be aggressive, try to get to my spots. Missed a couple easy pull-ups. I left a couple of threes out there. But all in all, I just tried to be aggressive, get space, and try to make a play.
And we must discuss the last play of the first half. Nurk from the one end of the floor to the other. Did you know that was coming?
I made eye contact when he took it out, and he seen me put my head down and kind of sprint, and it was just more of a understanding that Nurk will make any pass. So if you run hard and get yourself open, he delivered a Aaron Rodgers, Baker Mayfield-like strike to me, and then I composed like OBJ/Jarvis Landry and knocked it down.
Have you ever practiced that before?
No, but I'm an athlete, so I can do all things.
I know you can, and we just didn't know Nurk could do that. That was fantastic. One of my favorite plays of the night. Of course, you guys get the win. If the Lakers lose tonight, you clinch a playoff spot. I have to imagine that game will be on in the locker room.
I won't be watching it personally because we're going to be flying with a back-to-back, so we just got to take care of our own business. If they lose, great. If not, we got control of our own destiny, but I wouldn't mind if they gave us a favor.
Love the attitude. Nice win tonight, CJ.
Appreciate it. Have a good one.
You too. That's CJ in your BioFreeze performance review. I will be following it.
All of us certainly will, Brooke. The Lakers currently up 2 with 7:40 left in the third quarter. But let's check out the most updated Western Conference standings. The Blazers still tied with the Mavericks, but they have the tiebreaker courtesy a 2-1 advantage in the season series. Tomorrow, a second of a back-to-back against the Phoenix Suns, but Portland improving to 4-0 on the last 4 whenever they have a back-to-back. It's the first game. We'll recap this marvelous win by the Blazers and set the stage for another huge matchup tomorrow. Teaming off the top rope for 56 points. Clarkson at 29. The Blazers a season-low 5 turnovers. Utah coughing up 16 points off their turnovers. And Lamar, the defense was sensational. Jusuf Nurkic, we can sing his praises for what he did against Rudy Gobert. But really on offense, it's what you pointed out. Lillard and McCollum carving up Utah throughout the entire night.
If the Blazers are going to reach the place they want to reach throughout the rest of this season with a couple games remaining, and then in the postseason, you rely on the backcourt. You rely on them to be superstar and star, and it could be either one on a given night. And a lot of times you rely on both of them to be superstars. Like when you go back 2 years ago to that Western Conference Finals run, they were both pretty much superstars throughout the OKC series. And then in the Denver series, CJ is the one that really led things, with Dame also still being a star. So they showed up, and they're really putting the actions forth. They said, no more talking. Let's just let's let the play do the talking for us. And I'm enjoying just watching it unfold because, I believe in the leadership of this team, as do you, and what they are capable of doing. So this has just been really fun to watch them dig out of this hole that they were in relative to their standards and where they wanted to be throughout the season, and now put themselves in this position, as CJ said, to control what they can control.
Since that 5-game losing streak to close out April, Blazers 9-1 in their last 10. Let's check in with Brooke and Michael and see what's coming up on the Fred Meyer post-game show. I imagine a little drama here soon on the ATP also.
Maybe it's a little tease, maybe some drama. We'll have to find out in just a few minutes, but let me just tell you, Michael's salty. Okay, tonight on the post-game show, we will look at the highlights. We will go around the association. We'll hear from Coach Stotts. Now is the time to look around the perimeter and our results. And yes, I'm so sorry, Michael. Everybody got the dub. The stage is yours.
Yeah, well, I just tried to uphold the standards that I thought we set around here. But no, good job. Congratulations, everybody.
Oh, that was great.
That's the equivalent of saying it was a bad shot.
I love it. I love this so much.
No,
all right.
you're right. Kick me. I'm down.
I'm going to bring you back up in the post-game show, Michael. We'll be right here, guys.
All right, thank you so much. Let's get to tonight's Fred Meyer Player of the Game, brought to you by Fred Meyer. Fresh for everyone. We're going with Yusuf Nurkic. 11 points, 15 rebounds, 6 assists, 4 blocks, 3 steals. That line of 15-6 of at least 3 blocks, 3 steals. Giannis, the only other player to do that this year. Nurkic shutting down Gobert tonight.
Tons of presence. He does not have to score a lot of points to be highly effective for this team.
But once again, your final score is 105-98, back-to-back tomorrow in Phoenix. Pre-game starts at 6:30 p.m. The director of broadcasting is Jeff Curtin. Producer is Dan Hyatt. John Burns.